So when you look at the Colosseum, you're not just seeing some old ruin. No, you're looking at a piece of engineering so ridiculously advanced that honestly, it still makes modern experts just scratch their heads. But its story, well, it doesn't start with blueprints. It starts with something much, much messier. See, to really get the Colosseum, you have to understand one of Rome's most powerful, most abundant natural resources: pure, unadulterated pettiness. The whole reason this thing even exists is basically a story of imperial revenge. It's a brutal and, you gotta admit, brilliant political move. So yeah, it's all about the politics. The story really kicks off with the infamous Emperor Nero and the guy who came after him, a no-nonsense general named Vespasian. And as it turns out, one man's incredible vanity created the perfect opening for another man's epic power play. I mean, the sheer audacity of this move is just incredible. You've got Nero, who bulldozes entire city blocks just to build himself a giant private lake for his personal pleasure palace. So when Vespasian takes over, what's the first thing he does? He drains the whole lake, fills it in, and builds a 50,000-seat public arena right on top of it. You can't get much clearer than that, right? Vespasian was literally deleting Nero's legacy from the map of Rome. He was giving the land back to the people, winning them over with that classic Roman promise of bread and circuses, all while erasing the memory of the tyrant that came before him. Okay, so that's the why. Now let's get into the almost unbelievable how. Because once Vespasian decided to do this, Rome did what Rome always did. They took it to a whole other level, on a truly epic scale. To really wrap your head around that number, 50,000 people. That's like a modern mid-tier sports stadium. But this thing was built in a world with no cranes, no power tools, and definitely no concept of workplace safety. Just think about that. And they pulled it off in just 10 years. A modern stadium project can spend that long just getting the permits approved. The Romans drained a lake and built this global icon in a single decade. That kind of speed, it's just a testament to their logistical genius. So, how is it still standing after all this time? Well, the secret ingredient is Roman concrete. It's kind of like a lost recipe for architectural immortality. See, unlike our modern concrete, which cracks and degrades, the volcanic ash in their mix actually reacts with water over time, forming new crystals that fill in the cracks. It literally heals itself and gets stronger with age. And those arches you see everywhere, they weren't just for looks. They were the building's entire skeleton. You've got 240 of them on the outside, forming this giant load-bearing ribcage. Each arch shunts its weight sideways onto the next one, distributing all that stress so perfectly that the whole building could actually flex and absorb the shock of an earthquake instead of just shattering. Okay, so building it was one thing, but managing the sheer chaos of 50,000 screaming Romans, that was a whole different challenge. And the engineering genius didn't stop with the structure. It extended to an incredible system of crowd control. I mean, seriously, think about that. Most modern stadiums today can't pull that off. So how did the Romans, with no computers, no fancy crowd flow software, solve this absolute logistical nightmare? The answer? The vomitoria. And yes, the name literally means to spew forth. It was this brilliant web of 80 numbered entrances, corridors, and staircases that was so efficient it could get the entire crowd in and out in just a matter of minutes. It was a masterclass in managing human traffic. Oh, and if that wasn't enough, they had climate control. The Valerium was a gigantic, retractable roof made of sailcloth. And who do you get to operate a massive, complicated system of sails, ropes, and pulleys? The Roman Navy, of course. They literally had sailors stationed at the top, maneuvering this massive canopy to give everyone shade. But the real magic, the absolute heart of the whole spectacle, was completely hidden from sight. So let's go beneath the arena floor, down into the Hypogeum, the secret engine room of the Colosseum. This was a whole other world down there, just organized chaos. A 2-story maze of tunnels, animal cages, and holding areas where gladiators, terrified animals, and stagehands all prepared in the dark, just waiting for their moment to appear up above. They could even make things appear out of thin air, using dozens of wooden elevators. You'd have teams of slaves down below, cranking these huge winches, hoisting a caged lion or a piece of scenery up through a trapdoor for this dramatic, shocking reveal that would just blow the audience away. So let's recap. You've got elevators, a retractable roof, perfect crowd flow. You might be thinking, there's no way the Romans could possibly top that. Well, you would be very, very wrong.
Yes, you heard me right. They flooded the entire arena. They had this complex system of aqueducts that could fill the Colosseum with enough water to stage full-scale naval battles. They called them naumachea, complete with custom-built, flat-bottomed ships. It was imperial arrogance at its absolute glorious finest.
So, after all the spectacle, all the engineering, why is it still here? Well, the Colosseum's real purpose went way beyond just entertainment, and its ability to survive is, well, it's almost a force of nature in itself. Because its true purpose, it was intimidation. It was a giant billboard that screamed Roman power. Just the logistics of it all, bringing in exotic animals from across the empire, managing these massive crowds day after day, it sent a very clear message to every citizen and every enemy. If this is what we do for fun, just imagine what we can do when we're actually angry. And even after Rome fell, the Colosseum just refused to die. It became a fortress for medieval families, then a quarry for popes building new churches, and eventually a sacred Christian site. It just kept adapting, becoming this stubborn survivor of every new chapter of history. In the end, the reason it's still here is a mix of everything. The brilliant engineering, its political power, and just this almost defiant refusal to fall down. It's an icon. Not just of Rome, but of human ambition, our cruelty, and the incredible enduring power of a truly great idea. The Romans built this thing out of revenge, concrete, and sheer force of will, and it's still standing 2,000 years later. It really makes you stop and wonder, what, if anything, are we building today that will have that same kind of legacy?